What's up, y'all? It's Daniel Litwin, the voice of B2B here at Premio's booth at ISE West 2025. We're doing some more product deep dives, this time with the AIO all-in-one series. And I'm here with Annie, who's going to be breaking that down for us and talking shop a little bit on the big picture trends per usual, and also how this AIO series fits into the major movers in the security and surveillance industry. So Annie, welcome. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely, and thank you for being here. It's a pretty crazy show so far already.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, I see so many trends, and I'm very excited to share all the trends I see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, why don't you kick us off there then? You've been having a lot of conversations already, and we've gotten to see, a lot of technologies on the show floor that I think capture the decentralization that's hitting the larger security and surveillance industry. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the trends you're seeing? Yeah. What is reshaping security and surveillance today?
Yeah, so before I jump into the trend, I would like to briefly mention what exactly is edge computing and how it can help with the whole smart security and surveillance system, so that we can have a clear pictures of the trends.
Of course.
Yeah, so edge computing is meaning that we are bringing the computing power closer to the place where data is generated.
Right.
So we don't have to send back our data to the cloud or servers to be processed.
Right.
And it is very beneficial because it can help with reducing latency, improving real-time analysis, and enhancing some data collection as well.
Right.
And I would say that for smart security and surveillance system, edge computing is totally a game changer.
Right.
Because with this right now, you can monitor your feed in real time and maybe respond to incidents really quickly. So I would say that edge computing is helping the security and surveillance system to become faster, smarter, and more reliable.
Right.
Yeah, and according to the trends that SIA provide, we can see that security and surveillance right now are not just about putting up cameras or locking doors.
Right.
They're actually about real-time analysis, AI automation, and also IT/OT conversions, meaning that we seamlessly integrate hardware and software together.
Yeah.
And security and surveillance systems are now part of a bigger digital ecosystem. We can see some people use smart surveillance cameras to detect anomalies, or monitors that can detect environmental conditions and cyber threat as well, or access control equipment that can talk to the clouds directly. So I would say that in the future, security and surveillance system will become more reliable, more proactive, and well embedded in our operational systems.
Nice, very good. Yeah, thank you so much for that analysis. Now, as we look to the AIO all-in-one, right? These are touch panel industrial computers, right? And, I think I'm glad that you brought up the IT/OT convergence, because I think these speak to that convergence very well. They're downstream from a lot of these trends shaping the security and surveillance industry and the industrial environment too, where we're seeing a lot of these smart pieces of hardware and equipment needing a digital interface, right, to engage with data captured or to help manage some of the automated, actions that said hardware is performing. So tell us a little bit about the AIO, right, both the small and large version, and how you see these fitting into the trends that you just mentioned, whether it's decentralized monitoring, whether it's IoT expansion or IT/OT convergence. Where do these guys fit in?
So for our AIO series, as for IT/OT conversions, no matter it is about smart cities or basic infrastructures or rugged environments, it can serve as a platforms that can bridge the gap between data collection at the edge and centralized cloud analytics. Okay. So in other words, it can use for unifying your smart security system. Yeah, and for AI-powered automations, our AIO series is very helpful for operate your security system 24/7. Okay. For example, it can use for monitoring your video feeds, controlling your cameras, or managing your alerts. And also, it is IP65 rated, so it can use outdoor without compromising your computing performance.
All right, very cool. So in the security and surveillance industry, where do you actually see some of these touch panels deployed, right? For what kinds of specific use cases does the industry need an all-in-one touchscreen computer that also acts as an edge computer?
So I can provide a real case application. So we do have a customer who is a startup in California, and they do like electricity control and also lighting management in securities field. And they're looking for some rugged touch panel PCs to help them with real-time analysis. But at the same time, they were just startups, so their budget wasn't that high. So at first, they just went to like e-commerce platforms to find some solutions. But those solutions all came with like plastic frame, which weren't rugged at all. So they reached out to us and hope that we can help them to find some rugged solutions. So that is why we provide our 10.1 inches AIO series, because they want the touchscreen computers to be fit in their machinery door. So compact form factor was very important at the time. And our AIO series also supports two kinds of processors: Intel Alder Lake N97 and Intel Atom X7835RE. And they chose the N97 one, which is optimized for low power consumption and also supports DR5 memories.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk features a little bit more. Can you peek under the hood here for us and tell us more about what both the small form factor and larger form factor AIO actually sport? What are some of the key features?
Sure. So our AIO series supports really powerful computing performance and also flexible I/O connectivity. So for processors, just like I mentioned, it supports Intel Alder Lake N97, which is optimized for low power consumptions and supports DDR5 memory. And for Intel Atom X7835RE, it features 8 E-cores, and it also supports DDR5 memories as well, and is more suitable for rugged industrial environments. And for flexible connectivity, our AIO series, the latest one, it supports 3 LAN, which can use for segregating network or improving redundancy. And also we have 2 USB ports and 2 COM ports, so you can connect with like scanner, cameras, or legacy machineries. And for rugged designs, our front panel is IP65 rated, meaning that it can prevent dust and water. And for the surface, it is 7H surface hardness, so meaning that it is resistant to impacts and scratches. And it comes with 3 sizes: 10.1 inches, 15.6, and 21.5 inches.
Very nice.
And it also supports 2 kinds of mounting options: visa mount and panel mounts. So it's very easy for you to integrate our AIOs into your own operating system.
Cool.
Yeah.
So last but not least, let's look at the big picture again. ISC West likes to put forward a lot of its own major trends that are shaping the industry. And you mentioned a lot of the big ones. Where do you think that this is going to serve some really practical use cases in the security and surveillance industry moving forward? Where do you hope to see it proliferate?
Yeah, I think it will definitely help a lot in real-time analysis because it has a really good I/O connectivities to connect with different kind of devices. Like I just mentioned triple LAN port, which is not very common in most of the touch panel PCs, and you can use in a lot of different devices. For example, maybe you can use one for cameras, one for remote deployment, and one for real-time data analysis. So yeah, it is very helpful for segregating your networks, and in the future, it can help a lot in address your data in real time.
Very nice. All right, well, Annie, thank you so much for your analysis on the AIO today. Look, this is a flexible system, and like we've seen across the entire Premio product suite, all of these devices come sporting powerful features that make them scalable, that make them flexible, and help them evolve alongside the industry. So I'm excited to see how the AIO continues to play a big role in the security and surveillance industry. As we finish up here, where can folks learn more about the AIO, maybe get their hands on their own?
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about the AIO, just feel free to check out our website. We have a lot of use case and also data sheets, so you can have a clear pictures on the specifications of our products.
Perfect. All right, you heard her, Premio Inc., PremioInc.com to learn more about the AIO series. Annie Yang, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, everyone. We'll be doing some more one-on-one interviews here at ISC West with Premio. checking out the Premio product suite and how it connects with the major market movers and tech trends in security and surveillance. I'm your host, Daniel Litwin, the voice of B2B, and we'll catch you on the next one.